Welcome to Home Organizing for Beginners. I'm Tammy, your home organizing educator. In each episode, I share a microscopic home management topic. That just means it's something you can implement today from start to finish if you so choose. Today's microscopic home management topic is how to organize the papers your kids bring home from school. Have you ever lost really important paperwork? Maybe you didn't completely lose it, but possibly you misplaced it in the big messy pile of papers on the counter. Maybe they're strewn all over the floor. Anything is possible when it comes to paperwork, right? This is how it used to be for us before I implemented a paper processing plan and included the plethora of papers that my kids would bring home from school every day. Thank goodness we're past that now, but if you're in the midst of 9 million sheets of paper and artwork coming home every day from school, trust me when I tell you that once they're in middle school, it does get better. Well, at least the papers don't come home, but then you're kind of missing a lot of the information. So maybe it's not better, but at least there's not all of the paperwork to deal with. When I was looking for the best solution for my paper clutter, I would find all sorts of really beautiful ideas. So many pictures of how things could look if only I bought this file cabinet, or these color-coded bins, or this whole wall unit that had these cute little slots so that everyone could have a slot of their own. This is what society focuses on, how it looks. This focus on the fashion is really frustrating to me. It's so distracting from finding a solution that really works. I always say to focus on the function over the fashion. When you focus on the function first, you truly set yourself up for success. This success in your home organizing journey is what enables you to make it look nice later because it will stay organized. In the course Home Organizing for Beginners, I help you work through exactly how to focus on the function over the fashion. You'll learn the steps everyone must take in order to get started, get organized, and ultimately stay organized. I like to call this building a solid foundation of home organizing, one that you build upon through every changing season of life, and I am there right by your side the whole time. I'll drop the link for you to sign up in the show notes below. As a mom looking for a fresh start in her home organizing journey, you want to be set up for lasting home organizing solutions, right? That means you'll have to do something different than you've done before or what society tells us. Instead of spending money on a cute cabinet with slots for everyone's papers, you can focus on the function and implement this paper organizing system for back to school. In today's episode, I'm sharing why focusing on the function and flow of your kids' papers makes all the difference, what this paper organizing system includes, and how you can implement it today. Okay, I'm going to dive a little deeper into what function over fashion really means within the context of organizing your paper clutter. You need to stop and think about the flow of the papers coming into your home from school. Mentally break it down, because knowing what is actually happening, focusing on the actions your kids and you are currently taking, will help you focus on the function. So let's walk through what it could be looking like in your home. This may or may not be what it looked like in my home back in the day. Your kids get home from school, drop their backpacks on the floor, kick their shoes off, and run into the house looking for food. The important and not so important papers are in their backpacks, sitting on the floor. After a snack or maybe after dinner, the kids grab some books and such out of their backpacks to work on homework, maybe. Papers are still sitting in their backpacks. The kids finish up their homework and run off to play or maybe get ready for bed. Books and such all over the table, papers still in the backpack. Morning comes, and in the mad dash to get to school on time, the kids finally pull the papers out of their backpack. One kid throws them on the counter and runs out the door. Another kid sets them on the floor and then runs out the door. The third kid, because I have 3 kids, shoves them to the bottom of their backpack with the plan of never taking them out. What would be great is if the kids would take the papers out of their backpacks as soon as they got home, right? They're going to take them out, they know what they are, they're going to hand them to you. That would be spectacular. But I also think taking that step might be way too much to expect from them, or even from yourself to be reminding them to do it. That can come, but it may not be the best starting point. We want to lean into the natural order of things at first. That's part of focusing on the function. I know I'm saying a lot of different information right now, and it may not all be coming together, but it will. Let's talk about what the key elements are to this paper organizing system. First, the in basket, then a quick review, and last, to process. The in basket is a central collection point. This is where your kids will put their paperwork when they take it out of their backpacks. A quick review is just that, a quick review done by you or by your kids if they're a little bit older of the papers put into the in basket for anything urgent, anything that needs to be filled out right away and taken back the next day. To process means that you'll review the entire contents of the in basket and disposition it, put it where it needs to go. I'm going to go ahead and add a fourth key element. That's giving yourself some grace through the changes. It will work when you don't expect your kids to change habits overnight or for the process to work perfectly every single day forever. Life happens, we get busy, our priorities have to shift, so please give yourself some grace. Now you know why you want to focus on the function in implementing this type of change. You understand the key elements of this paper organizing system. Now it's time to dive in and actually take action. So let's go through the steps. Step number 1, you're going to set up an in basket. This is your central collection point. It needs to be where they are putting their papers now or very close to it. Ours has always been at the end of the breakfast bar as soon as you walk into the kitchen from the garage. Don't worry if this isn't where you ultimately want it to be. You want to get everyone in the habit and you want to get that in place. Then you can slowly move the in basket to where you want it to be. This can be a box, a bin, a slot. The in basket doesn't actually have to be a basket, but it can be. It's really anything that will corral all the papers into one spot. Step number 2, communicate to your kids what you expect. Tell them that you want them to take their papers from school every day and put them in the in basket. You can set this expectation that they should do so every day before maybe having a snack, but basically as soon as they walk in the door. Remember, give them some grace as well to go through this process. Step 3, set up a time daily when you'll do a quick review of all of the papers in the in basket. Now you can have confidence that they're all in one spot, which I have to say is really a relief. Instead of having to sift through piles and piles of papers, you know you can go to one location and you can go through it to find those important papers. So create a reminder on your phone or schedule it in your calendar so that you'll do this daily. Step 4, do the quick review by taking the papers out of the in basket, paging through them for urgent items, and returning the rest of the papers to the in basket. Complete any urgent items and give them back to the right kid. That might be the hardest part. Even with only 3 kids, I can still mess it up. And honestly, as I've gotten older, I sometimes mess up their names. So step number 5, to process means to take a series of actions or steps in order to achieve a particular end. The end we want to achieve is an empty in basket. You'll do this by going through all of the papers in the in basket and deciding what to do with them, and then making it happen. I realize as I'm saying this that this step could be a sticking point. Deciding what to do with all the things can definitely be a challenge. Do you throw the artwork away? Do you save it? Do you take a picture of it? If you do save it, where are you going to put it? These decisions can be hard, which is why I think my next episode should be about that exact thing. I like to keep the episodes short so that you can have time to listen and implement what is being taught. So that's what I have for you today. If this episode hit home with you, I'd love to know about it. Leave me a 5-star review and what resonated with you the most. Thanks so much. Have a fun and productive weekend. I'll be back here next week sharing tangible and simple instructions about home organizing, cleaning, and time management. I'll see you then.